Alright, here I am in my Godot level. So I am trying to learn how to make a game in Godot. First game I want to make is a marble maze, and this is as far as I've gotten so far. So I've made a plane, I've got a ball, and it rolls, and the physics aren't great because I'm just using basic Godot physics. But that's what I have so far. This is the script. Super simple, axis rotation. I don't even need those. But yeah, pretty much straight out of the documentation on how to make something go left or right. I could add the other two, but for testing purposes, I don't need to. And that's all this is a test. Before I start the game, I wanted to see can I even make the game? Because I'm going to make a marble maze, so I have to be able to rotate a plane and have a ball roll on it. That was pretty easy to do. I want to try Jolt. Here's the GitHub Godot Jolt. Jolt is the native extension, and uses the Jolt physics engine to power Godot 3D physics. So this just is apparently better from the things I've seen online. But once again, this is test. I need to get basic things done first, and then I'll start worrying about that stuff. But this is where I'm at in making a game, is a test. So 3 weeks, I went from not even knowing how to do this to being able to do this without having to follow a tutorial. I don't need to look up a YouTube. I don't have to have notes. Just from what I know about Godot, I was able to do that. One of the things I need to do now is I need to put a detection below this that when the ball passes through it, it just ends the test, so I don't have to keep closing it out. So I'll have to do some research on that and figure out how to do that. I know it's pretty easy to do. I'm pretty sure there's like a node, like a area. You can find marker 3D navigation, you can have recache, remote. Dang, I know there's one that will emit a signal when something enters it, and on entering I can make it. But here, I'm still trying to figure out what all these do. Area 3D, area in space that detects for collision objects entering or exiting. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Alright, so we can get an area 3D. Fuck, I don't remember how to do this. I'm gonna have to look it up. And I don't think this is it. This doesn't feel right. The joy of not knowing how to do stuff. So yeah. So after that little bit, so this is me making a game. This is my test. Like things like this, trying to figure out or remember how I did it in the course that I took. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna keep working on this and keep trying to figure things out. As I figure things out, I'll be making videos that go through how I got there, and I'll do that for this as well. So ultimately, the goal is to get enough of a test that I can give it to people to see, like, hey, is this a fun idea? Would you play this? Like, if it was free and someone's like, hey, play this, would you play it? Is it fun? Because that's also kind of the challenge, like the first game. Like, I don't just want to make the... I do literally just want to make something in Godot and have it be a finished, complete thing and know how to do that without having to, like, Google search everything, just having, like, an understanding of how that works. But I also want to make that thing fun. You know, that's one of the quintessential components of a game as far as the way that it communicates. It's part of the medium itself, is that it is fun. It's engaging in a way that three-dimensional sculpture isn't. So the communication has to be done differently. Now, when I make a sculpture and work three-dimensionally, I am working on trying to convey concepts and ideas, impressions and thoughts through line and shape, through volume and form, through color, through a combination of those things to try to elicit an emotion or a response from that viewer that is more than just nifty or neat or cool. Something that makes them go, oh, what is this? Or what is going on here? To try to think more about what's actually so that they want to think more about the message and the communication that I'm trying to have with them, the concept, the underlying concept of the sculpture itself. You know, what is that narrative that I have that I'm trying to tell to that viewer? In a video game, I want to do that same thing, except one of the added components is now fun. Like, if someone looks at my sculpture and they don't walk away, they don't have fun with it, that's fine. It's not really a purpose of sculpture to have fun. The purpose of sculpture is multitude. And fun can be one of them, but it's not like baked into what that art form is. And I think video games are so new that baked into them, because they are video games, because I am trying to make a video game specifically and not some video work of art, that fun is a component that has to be considered. You know, it'd be like throwing a cup and not thinking about the shape of the cup or if it holds liquid. Yeah. You know, so that's kind of what I'm thinking.